Hello YouTube, it's another episode of the How To Guide. Today we're doing tips, tricks and hacks using your Osmo Pocket. We're going to go really quick. There's a lot of information that I need to cram into this video. If you need to watch it again, rewind everything, watch it again. It's important that you watch the whole video because every single tip kind of follows from the one before. A lot of people are asking me how I did long exposure motion time lapses. I'm going to show you how to do that now so you can do that in your own suburb town, wherever you are. All you need are some street lamps, lighting, neon signs, whatever. Gas stations work well, but this is the process. I'm going to show you this at night time so you actually know how to do it. So it's getting dark at the moment. I've mounted my Osmo Pocket already, ready to go. This clamp should be strong enough, and when it's night time I'll turn it on and I'll show you. Also, it's important that you have a very sturdy base, otherwise your motion time lapse is going to not look so good. Make sure you have your Osmo Pocket attached to a tripod or something decent, something sturdy that's not going to have any vibrations. It's just a matter of waiting for it to get dark now.
How To Guy waited and waited. He waited so long that 18 newborn babies had been born. But he was not going to miss the opportunity of showing his viewers how to do long exposure photography.
So it's finally become dark enough for me to do this. I've got some lights on outside here, but let me show you the technique on my mobile phone. First things first, you want to be in manual shooting mode. I'm in the photo on the right and you can see I'm going to manual, and I'm going to set it to 1 second shutter speed and do a test photo, and let's see how it comes out first. That's a little dark. So we continue, we try a 1.3 second shutter speed and we just see how that goes. We do a test photo and we see how it comes out. It's always good if you see a car coming past. Here comes a car, let's do a test. Click the shutter button quickly. Allow 1.6 seconds on that one, looks really good. So now we're ready to do the time lapse. You can always do some test time lapses for a few seconds, but let's go and show you using the snapshot. You can see my interval is every 3 seconds, and every 1.6 seconds I'm going to be taking a photo. My duration is 10 minutes on this time lapse, so let's add the different paths. You push your camera to the starting point and you add, I'm in time lapse mode, you add a path and then you move the camera over, you click the little blue icon and then you carry on going until you're happy with the start and end points or the waypoints of your time lapse. Then you click the record button and you wait 10 minutes, preferably away from all the mosquitoes that were biting me, and then you can, this is what I got. It looks really good with the cars flashing past, and this was what I got the evening before at a more busy intersection. Looks really nice. Let me play it again. You can see the colors coming through and the car headlights and tail lights going past. It really works well at intersections. Here's another example. You should really go out and experiment with this. It's really fun. So the next tip I'm going to show you using the Osmo Pocket is how to do correct slow motion. But this, I think, gives you the best quality and it gives you a little bit of sound. Watch this demonstration and a short video of what it looks like. See, when most people use the Osmo Pocket and they want to do slow motion, they go into 1080p slow motion, which is a lot smaller. The image isn't as good. It's a lot more grainy. The correct way to shoot slow motion using the Osmo Pocket is using this method. Have a look. So in the DJI Mimo app, make sure Pro mode is selected on the top. Then make sure slow follow is set and set it to follow mode. Make sure your frame rate is 2.7K 60 frames per second. Very important. Auto exposure. In any video editing software, make sure you slow down the clip to 50%, 0.5, and run your movie at 25 to 29 frames per second when you render your movie. You can get shots like this. This little thing is the PGYTech Coldshoe universal adapter. It's very useful. Have a look at this video. I'll show you what you can do with it. If you see the Osmo Pocket, it slots in using that little adapter that's got a Coldshoe adapter on the side and it's got a little mounting for a GoPro or selfie stick. Or it's allowed me to put an external microphone plugged into the standard DJI audio adapter at the bottom. The cable goes into your Rode Wireless Go. You can see your indicator levels of your sound on the left, and I've put this on a very long stick. Another pro tip is that when you mount your Osmo Pocket onto a long selfie stick, you need to enable fast follow, because slow follow sometimes loses your face. It doesn't matter what angle I use, I can walk backwards. It should be able to keep up with me in most circumstances. This thing's pretty cool, and it also gives you a much bigger angle of view than your normal angle of view. It's more like the Osmo Action at the moment. So being able to mount your camera really far up means you need to use this kind of adapter. You can use anything that adapts to this, but as long as it's got one of these mounts. The way I've got mine set up now is I've got it attached to this clamp. This thing's pretty strong. You can get them at different shops near you, but it's also got the wireless adapter plugged in at the bottom. First thing to do is connect your DJI Mimo app. You see the top of that roof? I'd like to mount my Osmo Pocket using this clamp to the top of that roof so I can do some interesting angles. This is what I would do. So from this point, we're going to use the DJI Mimo app to actually turn it around and do whatever we need to do, and I'll show you that on the screen. That button to center it, it's mounted the wrong way. Let's turn the whole camera around. Let's frame myself up slightly. Let's do face tracking. Let's start recording. You should be able to vlog. Hello Osmo Pocket, how are you up there on top of the roof? Is it a good day? Is it a bad day? I could walk away. You should be able to track me pretty well. I can turn around and we can start the vlog. You can say, hello viewers, hello people of YouTube. What's up today? How's your day going? I'm using an Osmo Pocket. What are you using? So the Osmo Pocket's really good at doing B-roll. I wanted to show you a different way of looking at B-roll and how you can incorporate it into your videos. Have a look at this example. One of the best things you can do using your Osmo Pocket is to use items in your foreground to give yourself and your audience better perspective in your shot. Put things in your foreground. I'm going to show you some examples. Kind of got a flat surface, so if I wanted to get an angle behind that pot plant over there, all I need to do is place it down, face tracking, and you should have some interesting angles. The Osmo Pocket should follow you. The cool thing about this tip is it works almost anywhere. To get some perspective, let's just mess around and see what we can get. Look at the beautiful motion blur that the Osmo Pocket is actually capturing at the moment. But if you move the camera using your DJI Mimo app slightly to the left, it'll focus on yourself, and you've got that beautiful foreground, which I think is pretty cool, and it's useful for making videos. This is pretty cool. This pole needs to come out. One day we're going to break this whole thing down. Now the Osmo Pocket is actually really good at tracking inanimate objects. Using your DJI Mimo app, I have this WD-40 spray. Track the WD-40 spray. Let's start recording. Put your camera away. Pick up the spray really slowly. You can pick it up from further away. It should pick it up. You can put it somewhere and it'll follow it. It creates some interesting angles in your vlogs or videos. I have another hack, tip, trick, whatever you want to call it, how to get good sound out of your Osmo Pocket and do face tracking at the same time. Have a look at this video. Hopefully it helps you. Keep in mind that you cannot use the wireless adapter and the microphone adapter at the same time. You have to choose, which really sucks. I would have loved it if they'd allowed both to work somehow. Maybe in the Osmo Pocket 2 we're going to see that kind of functionality, but you have to unplug your wireless adapter. You have to plug the microphone in there, then your cable to your microphone will be mounted, and then you need to use, which actually slides in as I showed you in a previous tip, your external microphone would be mounted onto that part. Let's say I wanted to mount it on the bottom of that particular pole. It's a little bit small, that pole, for this clamp. So what I do is I use a little t-shirt and I wrap it around the pole so it gives it a bit more girth. There we go, it's connected securely. Pretty straightforward. What you need to do is enable face tracking, but the camera is pointed the other way. 1, 2, 3. It flips the camera around. You can actually move the camera up using your fingers. Double click on your face. Sound is going to be going to the Rode wireless mic. Very useful. Now you can do face tracking, right? So if you want to do a walk and talk shot, walk away from the camera pretty slowly. I should be able to go. The sound should be pretty good. It's going into the Rode Wireless Go. You can walk up, you can walk backwards. It should still be able to track you. You can talk about this pot plant and how this pot plant's really cool. I don't know why it's cool, but it's a cool pot plant. Then you can come back to the camera, go back on your haunches and say please subscribe. The next tip I've got is a cool hack to do drone-like shots and to use face tracking / object tracking. So I've mounted my Osmo Pocket on an extremely long selfie stick. You can see the angle I'm using for this is like that. So it's got the normal adapter mount on, connected to the long stick, and the camera is going to be facing in that direction downwards. The screen will be pointing down. Connect your DJI Mimo app again. Once again, I use this a lot. As you can see, it keeps going. I think it's like 2.7 meters. But if you use the reach of your arms as well, you've got a really long selfie stick. It still goes further. And there's one more. If you wanted to do a little bit of a drone shot on that window, select the window. As you can see, push record on your DJI Mimo app. Go down slowly, lift the camera up really slowly. And now what you need to do is walk very slowly to the left. In any video editor, speed it up 1.2, that's the speed, a little bit quicker. There's a few tips you can use to actually get Hollywood type shots using your Osmo Pocket. I'm going to show you an example tracking shot where the character is walking along and the camera is sitting beside you. First step is to actually go onto your DJI Mimo app and make sure tilt locked is put on. Tilt locked is the important thing in this equation. Then what you need to do is get a relatively long selfie stick with the Osmo Pocket pointing forward like that. Like this, a little bit of practice. You have to face track your face while you're holding the phone. It should raise and then you need to push record. All doing this with one hand. It's a little bit tricky, but as you walk now, you have a relatively good tracking shot. The higher you raise the camera, the more natural it looks. And you should be able to talk to the camera as you walk. You can also do this with the front of your camera selfie stick. It gives you a pretty cool perspective. It gives your viewers something different to look at, and it doesn't look like you're holding the camera. There's an even more complicated one that goes behind your back. It's a little bit tricky to do, but you hold it in between your arms. You push it back slightly, and face tracking should be enabled by default. Push record on your phone. It'd be great if you hit the subscribe button, a like, comment, whatever, share this with your friends. Watch some more of my videos, you might see some other weird things that I do, and see you again next time.